Hey everybody, welcome to Day 3 Breakfast with Rob from the Datev Challenge Roth. My name is Bob Babbitt, brought to you by HOKA, Fly Human Fly, Master Spas, deboer wetsuits, Outrigger Kona Resort and Spa, Stay Longer, Save More, and of course our Challenged Athletes Foundation. Obviously we interview a lot of pros here at Challenge Roth, but we also interview athletes who make a difference and change lives for the better. Gentleman, Mr. Elmar Sprink joins us. And how many Ironmans, iron distance races is this for you now?
This will be my 20th race.
Your 20th race.
Long distance, yeah.
Yes. And how many did you do before your heart transplant?
7.
So
this is the 13th. I did
13th.
12 with the new heart and 3-time world championship.
Yes.
And no world championship with the old heart.
See, better
yeah.
with the new heart. You upgraded.
Yeah, I upgraded.
Yeah, upgraded. Yeah. So take me back. Is it like we're talking 2010, 11 era?
10, yeah.
And you were racing triathlon, obviously.
Yeah.
So you're very fit.
I thought. Yeah.
You thought very fit, and then what happened?
I did Ironman Austria, and in the year I felt I'm maybe not that fit anymore, so I did this running series in winter.
Yes.
And I was able to run like 36 minutes. It was my personal
for 10K.
best for 10K. But then I was like 38, 30, so I went to my doctor, said, I'm slowing down. He said, yeah, you're getting 40 years old.
You're older.
So that is a luxury problem. I can't run 10K under 1 hour.
Yeah.
And then I had problems, breathing problems, and they thought it's like allergic stuff. So I went to a cardiologist and an ECG, everything was fine. And then I did Ironman Austria, and I had like, I thought it's like a used day.
Yes.
But then at the half marathon, I said, that's it. I throw up and stuff. And I went home, and then I was on my sofa. Watching the Tour de France. And I got a cardiac arrest on the sofa.
Heart attack on the sofa.
Not really heart attack, because in the end, it just stopped.
Your heart stopped.
Arrest.
And did your neighbor save you?
No, my partner was there, and she knocked at the door of the neighbor. The neighbor is a surgeon, so he's a doctor, and he had a knee surgery. That was my luck. He came over and gave me CPR, and then and 2 hours later, I woke up in the hospital.
So you're in the hospital, and what did they figure out?
Actually, nothing until now. So they said there was no stroke, no heart attack, nothing, and then the heart. They released me out of the hospital. The heart got better. I went back to work, and then in 2011, it started getting worse and worse, and went to a lot of hospitals, and then I did blood washing and everything, and then they said they don't know actually what is the cause of that. My heart is just getting bad and bad. So I end up in 2011 in the transplant center, where I stayed 7 months, and then 3.5 months on machines. So I was on the heart-lung machine. So I was in total 189 days bed rest on one position, just on my back, lying on my back. God. It was long.
And what was the lowest point for you? Did you feel like, okay,
the lowest point was, I think, for my family, because they told my parents and my family that I have to live only 12 hours, maximum 24
12 hours.
Yeah, without the surgery. They implanted like a little device, and then they saw the right ventricle is completely damaged as well. So they put me on the ECMO. It's like a heart lung. I had tubes inside my leg. When I moved my leg, I got dizzy because the blood was flowing through this tube. So I was really done. I was more dead than alive.
And so when did they come to you with the idea? You were on the transplant list?
Already, high urgent list.
How far down were you on the list?
Because in Germany, we have this really opt-in. So it's not like in Austria, for example. You are automatically, or in Spain, you are organ donor, and until you say, no, I don't want. And in Germany, it's like
you have to opt in.
But the problem is, if you opt in, they always ask your relatives, your family. And if you haven't talked to your family, the family says, no, it's no. Yes. So 84% say yes to organ donation, if you would ask people here on the fair.
Of course.
But 23% donate the organs. So it's mess. We have a lack. We have problem. We have only like 850 organ donations made in Germany. For example, in Spain it's 53 to 1 million. In Germany it's 11.
That is ridiculous.
This is not. Yeah.
So when did you find out that you would be receiving a new heart?
Actually, on the 8th of June, the guy came in and I was watching soccer, European Championship. I remember the day. And then he said, okay, we found a new heart for you. And then that was the best day actually in my life because I wouldn't have made it out of the hospital without the new heart.
You couldn't
on the
function.
machines, no.
You needed, and you couldn't take the machines with you.
No.
You had to be in the hospital forever.
I was. Sometimes the heart gets better on the machine, but in my case was clear.
No,
I'm dying in the hospital.
You're going to die.
Yeah, 100%.
And you were probably resigned to the fact that, okay, I had a good life and I'm done.
Actually, I've seen many countries before. Now I've seen actually much more countries after the transplant. But I said, 40 years, not really old.
No. So how long was the surgery to get the heart?
The surgery of the pumps was 11 hours. And the heart transplant was just 4 hours.
And what did you know? Did you know about the person?
No.
Whose heart?
In the
Even
US
to this day, it's anonymous.
In the US, it's different. So the donation family will get the data of the recipient.
Yes.
In Germany, it's like you don't know.
You don't know.
Even if from female or male, I don't know. Old or young, so maybe it's from the cyclist, triathlete, soccer player. I don't know.
You don't know, but that's okay.
But the heart is good.
Obviously, the heart is good.
It's perfect.
So after they make the transplant, you're on machines and staying in the hospital for how long?
I first had to learn to sit. I couldn't sit anymore like this.
Yes.
It was like no muscles anymore.
Right, because you had been laying down. For
7 months.
7 months laying down.
7 months laying down. So then I asked the guys for an ergometer.
Yes.
And they put the ergometer in my room. And then my anaerobe threshold with my old heart before the 7 months was 40.
Yes.
Nothing, 40 watt. So what I did, it was like 2 weeks after the transplant, they put the ergometer, I put 41 watt. And I started cycling with a new heart.
41, 42, every day, a little bit better.
And then, I had to learn to walk. And then the next year, I got it was a present it was called Stubbs before high size.
Yes.
It was a former coach of Patrick.
Okay.
Björn Giesmann.
Yeah.
And I did the test there. It was 150 watt threshold. And then they said, this is a great story. We will make you training plans. We invite you. And then when I did Kona the first time in 2014, I got the plan of Björn. Björn was writing my training plan.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That was good. And then I picked up getting fitter. But now I'm getting older. I'm
but you could still be you could be dead, right?
Yeah.
So once you start racing and you go to Kona and you come here, are you different from going through that? You appreciate things more.
Yeah, definitely. First, I mean, in the beginning, the first thing was you can go to the restroom alone.
That was a major deal.
Yeah, you do it in the morning, but I couldn't do it. I was just in bed.
Right.
And then it just was having a coffee, sitting outside, watching. I was in the garden of my parents.
Watching the birds and the rest of it.
Great. And then normally, if you're a triathlete, you swim, bike, run, but I hate walking around.
Right.
Because I have always back problems. If I walk, if I run, it's better.
Yes.
So, and if I stand still, but I enjoyed just walking. I walked a lot, so I was
of
just
course
walking.
You did.
Yeah,
and then you couldn't do stuff for so long.
Yeah, and then I started cycling, and then I started easily half a year after the transplant. I started with running, 500 meters 3 times a week, and I ate 500 meter every week, and then I did the 10K run in March. There was 8 months post-transplant, and did the bike race, and I did on the 9th of June.
Yes.
So my first birthday
like 1 year.
I did the first triathlon again.
First triathlon 1 year after.
Directly, it was on the birthday.
And are you faster now than you were before?
Not really faster. My fastest time was 10:14 with the old heart in Arizona, and it was 10:22 with the new heart in Florida. But that's a great example. In 2006, I was age group 30. I did Ironman Florida, and then I did 2019. I went with a friend, Johan Ackermann. He was professional before, good swimmer. We had a trip there, and then I had, I think the bike time was 5:15, and with the new heart 4:57. So that's maybe it's because of the bikes. The bikes got better, nutrition and whatever. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously you know the details on how many people are able to donate hearts, and so that's become a big mission for you, I'm guessing, to make sure that the next Elmar has the opportunity to get a new heart.
Yeah, it's so if like doing like advertising for organ donation. This year we will have the World Transplant Games in Dresden.
Yes.
So it's first time in Germany. And yeah, it's good to make advertising for organ donation. And even that, I always watch the Kona interviews of you when I started with triathlon. So I'm always happy to be here. That someone maybe sees the interview and says, okay, I fill out the donation card, and that's if I can save one life.
Yes. Have you tried to? I'm sure you have tried to lobby the government to say, like with us, we put it on our driver's license, right?
Actually, there's a really good thing. I'm working together with MasterCard.
Yes.
Since October last year, what they did in Germany, you can have your MasterCard as an organ donation pass. It's on the card.
On the MasterCard.
If you get a new card, they ask you want to be an organ donor or not? And we were just 3 weeks ago in Cannes for the Cannes Lines, and the best marketing ideas were is a big deal. And I, with the marketing,
that's what you did.
With the marketing CEO of MasterCard, I gave a presentation to the jury, and we made it to the best under the best 18 marketing ideas in the world.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea, because if you
do
go
it on your credit card, that's perfect.
If you go for a run,
yes.
you take your mobile phone, maybe credit card. If you go out party, you don't have this pass.
Right.
In German, in US, it's much better. On the driving license, it's the best.
It's the best.
Yeah.
But you could, now if you have it on Apple Pay or something like that on your phone, that would be the next thing.
The emergency doctors, they look if they find your purse or your mobile phone and they click on it. If they see, okay, he says I will.
The organ donor.
Yeah. So easy, but the government in Germany.
No.
Complicated.
Not yet. So you have raced here how many times, Challenge Roth?
I was invited because Felix Faser lived with a new lung.
That's right.
Yeah. He said
was part of the transplant world.
It was just 2 years, I think, or 3. But Felix said it's 2 more years.
2 more years. But 2 more days. It's worth it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then he said, "Oh, that's a cool story." So I got this
got
time not, but I got they invited me,
yes.
and we did some
media stuff.
Yeah, some media stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And how fast did you go that year?
I had I had a flat tire. It was 10:40, I think, with a flat tire.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so this is your second one here.
Second one here. Yeah.
And so it's been how long since that was like back in 2015? 19, okay.
19, yeah. Before Corona.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very cool. And so do you feel, is it one of those things that every day you wake up and you're going, gosh, how's the heart feel? Are you very hypersensitive to how you're feeling?
Not really.
Because it's been so long now.
Yeah, not really with the heart. So I just had the annual check. We did the computer tomography of the heart. There's no calc score. There's 0. There's free.
You're taking good care of your heart.
Yeah, it's perfect. The problem is that my chassis. So I have back problems.
Yeah.
And my disc with the disc. Is that okay?
No, that's yeah.
With the disc. So I got like 4 weeks ago. It didn't look like a start here. But then I got the injection onto the disc in the back, and I'm pain-free. And the doctor said it's no problem. You can't do anything. There's no surgery necessary or so. So I give it a try.
Yes.
And so I have no time. For myself, I have a time in my mind, but
it's all about the journey, and it's all about finishing the race.
Yeah.
Do you find people coming up to you because they've seen your story and saying,
"Hey,
my dad might need a transplant"?
Yeah. I think if in the beginning when I did races, I asked people on the registration about organ donation. I think if the people are really fit, healthy, and then they say, "Okay, take my organ." So if you would ask people here, I'm sure that. More than 90% would say this is a good idea. So let's do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, have yourself a great race.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for
Sunday. It's always a pleasure to get to connect. I think we chat at New Zealand?
No, we did. First time I think
Kona.
We did Utah.
Oh, Utah. That's right. That's where we
did
first
not
met.
Kona, and then we did Nice twice.
That's right.
70.3 and but Nice I'm getting too old for Nice.
It's a hard course.
Kona is better.
Yes, I love
Easier.
it. Elmar, thank you so much
Yeah,
for taking time.
thank you for having me.
I appreciate it. Again, day 3, Breakfast with Bob. Hold on, everybody. We will be right back.